Well, geez, I'm going to be in this business hopefully for another at least 10 to 15 years, and I'm going to win some of those games just like that. I'm going to lose some of those games just like that, and I feel bad for this young guy to my left. He's pitched as well as anybody on our staff over the last month, and for some reason we just somehow just don't come through for him. And I feel bad for the pen. The pen's been doing a good job most of the year. And Buckland was not as sharp, and we tried to use Richter right there at the end. We hadn't utilized him a lot, and we just tried to go out on a fastball, and the kid rolled on it and kind of got one of those turf base hits, legitimate, but just hit the hole, and Northeastern goes on, and we're going home. So tough loss because I thought we would have been a team that had gone much further in this tournament.
Nick, obviously a tough way to end your career here at Delaware. But you got to be happy with the season that you had. I know that's not what it's all about here in the tournament, but how did you try to rally the guys in the second game to realize that you can come from this part of the bracket and maybe make it to a championship?
Yeah, I mean, we've done it last year, so we knew we can do it. And the returning guys, we experienced it. So, me personally, I was just trying to spark the team any way I could. And like Coach said, Adam's thrown well for us all year, so we had the confidence in him. And I just knew we had to get a couple runs on board, but we had to keep pushing. And it's kind of how the ending came is not on our side. So it was a tough way to go out.
Adam, with the way that game one kind of broke into two pieces and we had to use two starters, how much pressure did you feel to go those 8 innings that you did, and then how big of a relief and big boost did you feel like you did give the team by going as far as you did?
I knew going into this, we were planning on using all of our starters as long as we could. Coach told us that just go as long as you can, and we need it. Our hitters did a lot this week so far. They're putting runs up on the board, and we just had to push behind them. So I was just doing everything I could to just keep getting quick outs and try to make it all 9.
Don't you feel like anything, you can attribute anything, and I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but you feel like you can attribute anything to breaking the game up like that, losing to Chad and having to bring in Dan, and then maybe the mental side of waiting around for 4 hours last night?
No, that's baseball, and these kids have been through it before. Rain delays. It's nothing new. If you've played on this level, and for Nicky, he's a senior, and for Adam, who's a junior, you've played through rain delays, and you've had to deal with it. It's not a clock game, so our kids are more prepared. So I don't make any excuses from that end. It's just a sad note, knowing that we were really a team that we thought we had to compete this year for the conference championship. It's tough to go out and see a DJ Long and the Ferd here, and Brannigan's and Buckland's and some of those guys, end their career. They've been great young guys, and they've been good ambassadors to the program. And I wish I had a crystal ball, and I wish maybe I just would have left Davis in there. There's been times that, and he'll chuckle, we've taken him out. Same outcomes happen. We've given a shot sometimes in that situation, and the outcome maybe went against him as well. He's pitched wonderful over the last month, but just such a I think I would have rather lost that game 7-0 than just have it your heart pulled out right in the last inning. But to all the seniors, I really appreciate it, and it was a fun run. And it was a fun run with that core of guys, and they've laid a great foundation for the future of Delaware baseball.
Is there anything that returners that have been here the last couple of years coming into next year that they can learn really from both experiences? You learned from one end being in a championship game last year to this tournament this year.
Yeah, if you're the Brock Nuggebrugers or Joe Giacchinos or Ty Powell's, or even for Adam, even though Adam wasn't here last year, you love the feeling of last year, even though we lost in the championship, and to feel the core group of guys coming back this year, and really believing that we were one of the teams to beat. And it really kind of had that taken right away from us so quickly in 2 games, and we're contemplating whether we're going home tonight or early in the morning, and we never anticipated being out of the tournament this early. So it's bittersweet. But for those younger core guys, they've had both ends. They've been in the championship game, and then you come back with a good core guys, and you're out in 2. So luckily for coaches, we kind of keep going on, and we have different groups of guys and groups of different type of teams. But for this group, this was a special group. And to the guy on my right, he played fabulous all year long, and the DJ Long, and I feel really bad. They thought they had a team that could go to the final here in this conference. So good luck to all the other teams, and hopefully we'll utilize this as a learning process, and come back here next year and do a better job.
Nick, can you talk about the hands you're leaving it in? I know it's very quick to realize that this is over for you, but can you talk about the guys you're leaving it with, and what Delaware baseball will be about next year? Making your impact, and the other seniors making their impact.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got a good core of guys who now this is their 2nd year experience in the CAA tournament. So I think they understand what needs to happen and how difficult it actually is to win in the CAA tournament. It's extremely difficult. You have to play pretty much perfect baseball, in order to win. And we kind of didn't do that today. From the first game to the 2nd game, it's tough. You really have to click on all cylinders and kind of got to ride that wave like we did last year. We kind of had the momentum, but it's important to keep that focus, I think, for them for next year. I mean, they have a good core of guys coming back. So I think that this experience, take it as a good one, learn from it, and hopefully they can make a run next year. So